Welcome to Kaleidoscope Toy and Miniature Australian Shepherds. Today is July the 1st, and we're enjoying a little bit of a pond swim this morning after chores. And just wanted to talk about the breed a little bit, and is this breed really right for you? A lot of people are attracted to their, are you choking on water? Attracted to their uniqueness, their beautiful looks, the wide variety of colors, sizes, etc., but fail to research the origin of this breed of dog and fail to decide if their lifestyle, they don't really research it, is right for one of these dogs. And of course, in every breed, now that big one right there is a border collie, he doesn't count, but in every breed they do have breed characteristics, but every dog, just like every human being, is an individual. So I have 8 miniature Australian Shepherds. Well, I have 7 in one toy, and every single one of them has a different personality. So for anyone to just say, here's how an Australian Shepherd is, an Australian Shepherd is this and an Australian Shepherd is that, that's not really fair. Take Nikita there, for example. Good girl, she recognized her name. Rush, move. Move. Thank you. You're in my shot. You're a border collie. We don't want to see you right now. Anyway, Nikita's 6 months old now. She's from Shelby and Jesse. And I weighed her yesterday at 23 pounds. And her brothers are in the 35 pound range even. So size is not particularly predictable. Right there she is with her mother. And her mother right now is weighing 28 pounds. She's got a couple of pounds to lose. She's right at, 25, 26 pounds is just right for her. And the dad, I weighed him yesterday, is 23 pounds. So when you ask, well, how big is my puppy going to get? Basically what the breeder can tell you is, here's the size of the parents, and because of the dogs that are in the ancestry, they can grow up and their sizes might vary. I mean, I got, out of my last litter, I got toys and miniatures in that litter. And, really by the time they're 5, 6, 7 weeks old, you can sort of tell which ones are going to be on the larger side and which ones are going to be on the smaller end of it. So that is something to consider. Something to consider is, do you have to have a dog that falls in exactly a certain size range? Because they will vary. The other thing is you must recognize that this is a herding breed and it is a farm dog. And for hundreds of years they have lived in wide open spaces, working with livestock, making their own decisions about things as they're working livestock. They're not, they're not overhandled. They have to have instincts about what to do when they're working with livestock. So they do have a drive to exercise off leash and to have a job. So a modern day job for these dogs would be agility, fly ball, obedience, rally, lure coursing or fast cat. I guess there's a sport, I can't remember the name of it, where they're herding a round ball. And I've not seen that, but one of my puppy people is training her puppy to do that. So I'm going to definitely look that up. And I appreciate my puppy people who recognize their dog's needs and aptitude and wants to train them in those directions. Now, just because you take an agility class or whatever doesn't mean you have to go compete. The dogs don't know they're competing and winning blue ribbons and winning titles and all that stuff. All that's for humans. That's not for the dog. The action of doing agility or fly ball fetch, lure coursing, maybe nose work. My dogs have great noses, maybe tracking. You can train them that. You can take classes for that, and you don't ever have to compete. The dog could care less about competition. That's for humans. So as you're deciding what breed of dog that you want, be very honest with yourself. How much time do you have for a dog? How much time are you going to spend actively? Oh my God. Heck. A bunch of white birds. How cool. I have never seen that here. Anyway, wow. They look like white ibis. I've never, oh, they're gonna land on my pond? Anyway, so, you know, make sure that you not only have time for a dog, but want to spend that time for a dog. I'll have people, you know, that want a dog for me, and I ask them, well, you know, tell me about your life. Oh, we're a very active family. We're super active. You know, the kids play soccer, and we, you know, we like to go bicycle riding, and we, you know, blah, blah. Well, none of that sounds like anything that the dog is going to be doing. So just because you're active, get it? Oh my God. Barkley, what are those? They're beautiful. Get them off my pond, laddie. See, right away they went to work. They know those birds don't belong here. They know those birds do not. I don't care if they're here, but I'm just making the dogs think they're doing something special for me. Yay, good dogs. Woohoo! The birds are beautiful, but see, these dogs think that they're getting these birds out of here because that's part of their job, keeping stuff off the farm that doesn't belong. But anyway, are you active in a way that's going to include the dog? Are you an avid hiker? Do you like to take long walks? You know, do you like to go down to the lake and go swimming in a lake where they allow the dogs to swim? Make sure that your active lifestyle is the kind of active lifestyle that includes the dog. These dogs, if they're not mentally stimulated and trained, can become, you know, a problem because they are mentally and physically busy. And even though they're small, without the proper training and without the proper human interaction, they can become barkers, they can become destructive, you know, they can become diggers, and just doing all these natural things that dogs do. So, yes, they're absolutely beautiful. They're highly intelligent. They're very athletic. And they need somebody who's the same. They need somebody who's can outsmart them, somebody who can keep up with their energy level, someone who can keep their mind and body exercised. And also, because they are a farm dog, that doesn't mean they have to have a farm, but historically they've been a farm dog. And so they haven't been selectively bred to be super social with strangers and super resilient about going to new places and encountering lots of new things because they were, you know, raised on a farm. They were working on the farm. Their environment was pretty static. And they were selected for their ability to work livestock, guard the farm, and to have the energy to do so all day, every day, in all kinds of weather. I mean, it's July here, it's hot. The dogs are having a great time. I'm sitting in the golf cart. It's too hot for me to be out walking. So one of the problems that people butt up into is they say, hey, you know, my dog doesn't love everyone. It just wants to be with me. I take it for a walk. It's not interested in strangers. It's not interested in other dogs. And well, that's because of the way they've been bred. None of that would serve them well at all, herding. So don't expect your Australian Shepherd to be a border collie. I mean, not a border collie. Don't expect your Australian Shepherd to be like a golden retriever or whatever that just goes up to everybody and loves everybody. That kind of a dog. A dog, they call that a dog that'll, you know, hunt with anybody. So the Australian Shepherd is very loyal to his master, to his family, and is not interested in strangers. It's not interested in taking direction from strangers, and it's not generally too interested in interacting with strangers. Now, they need to be taught to be polite around strangers. All my dogs know that when people come here, you know, they'll usually, some of my dogs are just all over people, but most of them will just sort of walk up and say hi and then walk off. So, and I've worked hard at making my dogs social with people who come over. But anyway, so you're talking about a dog that is very bonded to its person or its family, not aggressive, but not particularly interested in strangers. And where you get yourself in trouble is when you try to force it, because it's not happening. Don't force your dog to do something it's not interested in doing. You know, I don't like every person I meet. I don't go through an airport shaking hands with every single, they'd think you're crazy. If you walked through the airport and wanted to shake everybody's hand and say hi, people would think you were nuts. But that's what we expect from our dog. We expect our dog to love everybody and let everybody pet him and let everybody touch him and all that stuff. And that's just counterintuitive to any creature. You know, I don't want strangers coming up to me and touching me and trying to feed me a treat and all of that. And I certainly don't expect my dog to put up with it. But some breeds are better at it than others. And I would say that the Australian Shepherd is not particularly good at that, unless you work at it very hard. But as I say, you're working against genetics. This is a working dog. And give it a job, love it, bond with it, train it, be his or her companion, her benevolent leader, her fair but firm leader, and you're going to have yourself a good dog. If you work 8 hours a day, meaning you're gone 10 hours a day because of your commute, you like to go out in the evening after work and go to happy hour, you come home tired, this is not the dog for you. This is definitely not the dog for you. This dog is not a fixture around the house to just look beautiful and do cute tricks. This dog needs its person with it. This dog needs a job to do. And this dog needs firm and fair training. And if this doesn't sound like your situation, I say move on to some other breed, or possibly don't even get a dog at all. I mean, ask yourself, do I really need a dog at all? And that's subject for another video. But anyway, thanks for watching. Happy July. Happy summer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.